Hey, it's Kelly here to give you my update on the Beachbody Ultimate Reset for yesterday. So yesterday was day 6 and it was quite an interesting evening, I'll say. Dinner was a catastrophe, but a tasty catastrophe. And breakfast and lunch were really good. So for breakfast, we had baked tempeh, which I've never had before. Tempeh is, well, the kind that I got was soy, but you can also get a kind that's made of grains. And it comes frozen, and we did this little marinade that we put over it, and then baked it in the oven. And it was actually really good. Apparently, tempeh is like a bean and rice kind of mixture thing, and that's what makes tempeh, I guess. I don't know. That's what I heard through the grapevine. So I had that with some avocado and a slice of my Ezekiel bread, and it was really good. It was very filling. For lunch, I had a microgreen salad. I was also supposed to have quinoa salad, but I did not read the menu very well. And I didn't have any quinoa cooked, so I just skipped it and had an extra big salad. So I hope that's okay. you know, the salad was really filling. I made it with all my normal stuff, the mint, parsley, dill, baby greens, tomatoes, onions. Oh, and yesterday I had a creamy garlic dressing, which I made myself. There's a recipe for that also in the book. It was really easy to make and it was really yummy. I used a little too much garlic. It was a little too garlicky for my taste, but I'll finish it and then probably go back to the regular basic vinaigrette that I had been using. Yeah. Okay, now for my dinner catastrophe. So usually I'm pretty good at multitasking, but this time I was trying to multitask something, my my food prep in the kitchen, and then something going on outside of the house. And I had my parents had stopped over, so I had my mom helping me. So for dinner, I was supposed to have toasted millet. Millet is like a grain. It's kind of like quinoa or rice, where it's in a really hard grain form, and then you put it in water and it fluffs up all nicely and everything. So I was supposed to have that roasted root medley, which was beets, carrots, sweet potatoes, and yellow onion. You just basically chopped them up in chunks, tossed them in olive oil, put some Himalayan salt on them, and roasted them in the oven for 50 minutes. And also zucchini cashew soup. So, the millet first. I've never cooked millet before. I started to cook it, and my parents came over. And so, you're supposed to put it in a pot and turn the fire on high, and then wait till it starts popping in the pan. So I waited till it started popping, and then my parents came. So I had my mom take over, and I told her don't let it burn. So she was stirring it up, and by the time I came back in the house, the millet had burned. So I put some water in it anyway so I could finish cooking it, so I would know for the future to see how it fluffed up and to see if maybe the taste would be salvageable. Like maybe if I mixed it in my soup or something like that, I might be able to eat it. And I couldn't do it. So the millet had to go in the trash. The roasted root medley worked out fine, except that it took forever to cook, and I was starving by the time it was done. But I haven't used the microwave or anything like that at all, and I don't often like reheat things in the oven or whatever, so I probably could have cooked it the day before and then reheated it in the oven. I didn't even think about that. I thought I would have time and not be rushed or stressed and be able to do it, and it just took a lot longer than I thought it was going to take, because the 50 minutes wasn't actually long enough for my beets to be done, and I wanted to make sure that they were well cooked. Aside from the problems with how long it took to cook, it was really good. Now, I don't eat beets on a regular basis. I've never had beets before this. Well, I had tasted the roasted root medley before, but just the taste of one beet. So I'm not a beet person, but this is really good. Something about roasting the beets changes that flavor from how they are. Like if you get them just canned and you've had them on a Greek salad or something like that, the taste is completely different. And they were not hard to chop up or anything like that. And obviously carrots and sweet potatoes and onions are good. So I really did enjoy that. And I would definitely make that recipe again. Now, the best thing that I ate yesterday was this zucchini cashew soup, and I'm gonna do a recipe to show you guys how to make it. But it'll probably won't be until next week. But it's really easy to make. I've never made my own soup before. So I didn't know, what all was going to go in it, how difficult it was going to be, if my blender was going to, mix it up properly. It worked out fine. So basically you have to soak some cashews in water so that you can soften them up so that, the blender is able to go through them fairly easily. And you're supposed to soak the cashews for an hour. Well, I forgot to soak my cashews before I left the house, and then I came back and was ready to start preparing dinner, and I was like, crap, I didn't soak my cashews. But I actually soaked them for like 30 minutes, and it worked out fine. So you soak the cashews, you steam the zucchini, and then basically you stick them in a blender and blend them up, and voila, you have zucchini cashew soup. And you can season it however you like. So I put some Himalayan salt in, some basil, rosemary, and some fresh dill. It was amazing. Like, I swear I could eat it every day. It was so good. So, yeah, definitely. And I was really excited because I also got to have it again today on day 7 for lunch. But I'll tell you about day 7 tomorrow, because I don't want to spoil that for you. So, yeah. So, instead of having millet, I had 2 servings of my zucchini cashew soup because I had prepared 2 servings since I knew I was going to have it again the next day. So I just ate all the soup. Hope that was okay. Yeah, so that's really all I had to say. I'm feeling really good. I felt really good yesterday. Energy is still great. I'm still not sleeping really well. I've got like a lot of energy and my mind just constantly races, when I lay down at night. So I'm hoping that I'll overcome that. But other than that, the reset is going great. It's the last day of the first phase, and it went by really quickly and pretty much uneventfully, except for this cooking mishap yesterday. So that's all I had to say. Hope you guys have a good day. Bye.